Hi, everybody. Oh, I woke up in pain this morning. Oh, so the first thing I did was get up and get me some ibuprofen. Hopefully that will help with the pain. I wanted to come out here and wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. Not only a happy one, but a safe one. I know there's a lot of people that may end up partying too much today. They may have partied too much last night. But just want everybody to be safe today. Wherever you're at, wherever you're going, whoever you're going to be with, just be safe and enjoy your day. I'd love to be able to go to my son's house today. Usually that's what I do because it is his birthday today. Happy birthday, Chad. I was going to go to my son's house, but the shape my back is in, I didn't want to attempt an hour and a half long drive to go to my son's because I didn't know what kind of shape my back was going to be in when I got there, if I was going to be in that much pain or if I was going to be able to even walk around or stand or sit. So I decided in this situation I was going to stay home. I'd be more comfortable at home so I can lay down when I want to or, put my feet up when I want to and that type of thing. My son's got comfortable furniture, but I'm a small person, so my furniture is a lot smaller than my son's, and it fits my body a lot better, and it's more comfortable for me to sit in my furniture than to go to his house and try to sit in his expensive furniture. If you've ever had back problems or hip problems or anything of that nature, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because sometimes this big furniture, if you're a little person, you cannot get comfortable no matter how you sit in it. You're just not comfortable. And I came out here to do the video before the sun got out here on the table. But you know what? The sun is so bright out in the yard that I'm still squinting my eyes, even though the sun is not shining right here. I tell you what, I've got to mow before much longer, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't want to cut my flowers down, so they may have to bear with my unmowed yard until my flowers drop seeds, because I don't want to mow my flowers down. If I can get them spread all over the yard the way they've started, my yard next year will be beautiful when the flowers come up and start blooming. My goodness, I hear sirens and all kind of commotion going on this morning. The main highway is not that far from my house. It's over in that direction. And that sounds like that's where all that motion is coming from. There may have been a wreck. They usually have pretty bad wrecks on holidays around here. And like I said, that is the main highway out in that direction. And that's where the sounds of the sirens and everything's coming from. I just hope if it is a bad wreck, everybody's okay, because I tell you what, I've left my house and drove out to town and hit that main highway and ran right into some really bad situations on the highway where cars had already wrecked, people lying on the ground waiting for the ambulance and the medics to get them, to take them to the hospital. It's bad. So if you're out on that road today, be careful. Just be careful. I'm sitting here watching my hummingbirds while I'm talking to you. And I meant to fill my bird feeders up yesterday, and I didn't do it. I think they still most of them still have stuff in them, so they should be okay. But he heard me talking, so he flew flew off, and y'all to know they're not going to be at the feeders behind my head. They're going to be at these over here. But I saw a few crows the other day, so I know I still have crows around. I've not seen any more roadrunners. I don't know where they're hibernating at. So, not many birds at the seeded bird feeders for wild birds this morning either. I guess they're sleeping in. Holidays are good days to sleep in. I wanted to do a cooking video today, but I don't know if my back's going to let me do it or not. I'm just glad I got all my stuff planted before I ended up with this episode with my back. Because now it just needs to stay watered or compost tea to it and watch it grow. Make sure it stays up on the trellises. But every time I do anything where I have to bend over, oh, it puts my back in pits of pain. Like yesterday, I kind of walked around a little bit, and I remembered those little plants that were coming up under the arch back here, you know, for the clematis. There was 3 plants coming up underneath the clematis, and I wanted to dig them up and put them over in the pots, because that's where the seed dropped from the arbor last year. You know, the seeds dropped, and I knew I'd end up with some coming up in the ground, so I did get those up, and I put them in the pots. I think I put 2 in one pot, and I put another one in the other pot, and I managed to put a little bit of water to them, and that was it. And just that little bit of bending, oh, it put my hip, my lower back in fits of pain. It's almost a tongue twister. Fits of pain. Oh, at least I'm in a good mood. Or is it the fact that I haven't woke up good yet? I'm not sure which. But I had 2 packages come in the mail, big old giant packages. I know what they are, but I'm not going to let anyone else know what they are yet, because that's going to be a big project coming up that I want to video, but my back has got to get better before I can do the project. So that'll be something that's coming up in the near future, hopefully. Because the boxes are basically where the UPS driver or FedEx dropped them off on my patio here. I got one big one on my front patio, and I got one big one right here on this back patio. But like I said, I'm not telling you what it is. That'll be a video coming up, so I don't want to give it away. The one that sent it knows who they are and what it is, but other than that, I'm not going to give it away yet. I really haven't decided where I'm going to put it. I don't have many choices in my yard to put this thing, so I would put it in the garden area, but I've already got stuff planted in the ground back there. So, I mean, I could put it up, but I just wouldn't be able to put the floor in it. I could put the greenhouse up over the plants. The plants could continue to grow inside as long as I kept the vents open. And I'm giving it away, aren't I? I need to hush. I'm giving it away, so I need to be quiet. But there is a big project coming up as soon as I can get my back straightened out. I hear chickens this morning. hear birds. My neighbors are still working on their concrete foundation or whatever it is they're putting down over there. They've been working on there for about probably a week. So I don't know exactly what kind of foundation they're putting down, but they're putting one of some kind down. I don't know if they're going to build a garage or another house next door or what. I'll have some coffee. This is my first cup of coffee today, so it's got to wake me up. Hear an airplane. Oh, that's so loud. Little truck plane. Might have picked it up in the screen behind me up there, I don't know. But we have an airport also in that direction. So if you went straight as the crow flies, it's not that far away. So when those planes take off, they usually fly in that direction or they come over this way. So usually I see the planes when they take off or after they've taken off. Or when they're coming in to go land, I'll see them. And like I said, they're in the process of expanding the runway to make it big enough for the smaller commercial planes to land, to bring businessmen into the convention center so they can fly into Granbury and not have to fly to DFW airport and then be transported the 2-hour drive down here to the convention center. I said it'll be great if they let the smaller jet airliners, the commercial ones, land here. I said maybe they'll eventually get it so people like me can catch a plane here and then fly to DFW airport, get the bigger plane, and then fly to North Carolina wherever I want to go. Because I'd rather drive all the way to North Carolina, a 1,200-mile drive, than to do that 2-hour drive to the airport. That place is a nightmare to try to drive to. It's like going into a futuristic city, getting into that airport. It's just mass confusion, and I'd rather do anything than to drive up there. But I can see my part of my garden from here. And it just does me good to see my plants going up my stakes, you know, up my teepee stakes. My cucumber vines are going crazy. My melon vines are. I never got around to building the trellis for the winter squash that's in the ground in the garden, because I had bought 4 of those 8-foot 2x1s wood. I don't know if they call them wood sticks, wood stakes, but they're wood strips. And I was going to make a trellis, or try to make a trellis out of those to put those winter squash up on. But I got down with my back first, so now they're just going to have to stay on the ground. I can't do it. Oh. Yeah, and probably when my flower seeds drop, I'll see if I can hire someone to come in and mow my yard. Because probably by then the grass is going to die anyway, because it'll get so hot on us that the grass is going to die off. What I have got. Oh. And I did remember to tent that cabbage plant. It is trying to grow again and put out new leaves. So hopefully this time I've sprayed it and got rid of whatever eggs were in there and got it covered before any more worms or anything could get in there and lay more eggs. So we'll see if it ends up in the same shape it was in the first time. I'm just going to pull it out, plant something else in that pot. Because I've got plenty of cabbage back around on the other side, you know, in the fire pit in those buckets. I've had those tended from almost day one, so nothing's got in there. So I've got plenty of cabbages there where my Jolly Green tree collards are, that I don't particularly need this one plant here. That was an experiment anyway, you know, planting the cabbage bottom. And it does work. You just got to keep it tinted with some kind of net to keep those cabbage bugs off of it, which I did not do in time. And one got in there and started just going to town laying eggs and eating cabbage before I caught it. I mean, I had thought it was okay. It was okay the last time I checked it. And then I went out there that one day and it was just full of holes. Cabbage worms everywhere. It was pretty bad. I want to take that plastic down that I've used for shade cloth going into the garden there, because I know it doesn't look that good. But it's given those brand new little pepper plants and tomato plants a little bit of afternoon shade, you know, when that sun gets so hot. I just wanted to give them some shade till they got big enough that they could withstand that hot afternoon sun. And then I can take it down. And of course, when my rose bushes get big enough, they'll be shading those plants behind there. It won't take them long. I think they're growing faster in that area because they get a lot more sun than the ones out here along the property line. The ones on the property line only get a little bit of sun a couple of times a day. And they will grow there, they will flower there, but they don't grow as fast. Because those knockout roses and the white roses need the sun to grow. I mean, they're the kind of rose bushes that thrive on the heat and the sun. As long as they get water, they'll grow. So deprive them of that sunshine and it stunts their growth, so to speak. I think we got I hear a jet now. Looking up the forecast for today. I know we got rain coming up sometime this week, and I just don't remember what day. Usually on Memorial Day, it'll rain a little bit. If it's not but for 5 minutes, just enough to get everything wet. But it usually doesn't mess up anybody's cookouts and stuff because it doesn't rain that long or that heavy. Usually now. Not all the time. Let's see what the radar says for today. See if we got any rain of any kind coming in. This goes all the way to 3 o'clock this afternoon. So far, it doesn't look like it. Got a major storm coming in from the Irving side, which is northwest of us. That would be coming down, but it doesn't show past 3 o'clock, and it doesn't show it developing until 2:30, and then it shows up in the corner of my screen, you know, coming this way about 3 o'clock, but And then it shows stuff in Dallas. Yeah, it puts it all around Dallas and Irving, that area. Doesn't show anything for our area this afternoon. Or at least not past 3 o'clock anyway. Check the 10-day and see what they say. It says partly and mostly cloudy today. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. The high is 84. Wind south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity 56%. Sunrise was at 6:26. Sunset at 8:31 p.m. Should be 65 degrees tonight. We've only got a 15% chance of rain, so we may get a stray shower or two, or we may not. Tuesday, we only have a 9% chance. Oh, see, they changed it. We're not going to be getting any rain. Only 7% chance of rain Wednesday. And before, they had it like at 40-some% chance of rain on Wednesday, which I was counting on. I said, well, get my plants watered with compost tea, and then they'll be fine until Wednesday when it rains on them. But they put the rain off. Unless we get some stray showers between now and then, our best chance for rain is going to be next Saturday, 42%, Sunday 58%. But this is Texas. It's apt to change before then. In Texas, you got to check your weather every hour because it'll change. You never know what it's going to be. Never know what it's going to be. Yeah, if my back gets to feeling a little bit later on today, I might do one of my cooking videos. I don't know. It just depends on if I'm up to doing it. It may have to wait till tomorrow. At least if I've got a cooking video, I'm in the house and I'm not walking as much as I would be doing if I'm walking around the yard, you know. And I'm not out here bending over like I would be if I was working in the yard. So we'll see. I don't know. I've got so much I need to do or want to do, and I can't do it right now. It's terrible. It does say on here, let me look it up. It says, latest Memorial Day forecast. Will you need to change your plans? Let's click on that and see what they say. This is a heads up that the weather station is giving you.
In the Great Lakes. Still going to be a little bit breezy and cool across parts of the southeastern United States, warming up in places like Atlanta and Charleston, but D.C. will see temperatures in the 70s and even 60s over the next couple of days. It's going to be warm across the Great Lakes with generally high pressure and control there, and out west there's some selected areas that could see some unsettled weather, especially across Wyoming, Montana, and the Dakotas. We're going to see sunshine in Phoenix and Seattle, temperatures topping 100 degrees in Phoenix, Seattle 72 degrees, Oklahoma City is in the low 80s, and there's your cool temperatures with that low pressure in the east, Roanoke 69, 83 for Chicago, and 79 for New York City.
They didn't mention us. Oh well, so like I said, this is Texas. We may get a straight shower today. We may not. If it starts raining, we'll know we're getting it. If it doesn't, I guess we know we're not. Sometimes I don't know what good the weather is. That's why they went the percentage factor. You know, used to they would say it's going to rain today, or it's going to rain at 3 o'clock. We're going to get rain by 3, or we're not going to get rain. Well, the predictions were so off all the time because they tell you it was going to rain and it never did. They tell you it was not going to rain. It might be pouring down at your house at that present time. So they went to the percentage. It's more safe to give a percentage of rain than it is to say it's going to rain or it's not going to rain. It's wonderful sitting out here. It's not hot yet. I'm in the shade, drinking my coffee, listening to the birds, watching the wild birds out here at the bird feeder. Just nice to be able to sit out here and just look at all of it. Look at nature. I know some of my neighbors probably ride by my house and say, well, that lady needs to mow her yard. Well, if they watch my videos, they'll know why I'm not mowed. I'm not able to mow right now. Plus, even if I was able to push my mower, I wouldn't, because I want my wildflowers to drop their seeds before I mow. So, there you go. There you go. Just wondering if I can get the camera on that bird out there without him leaving. Oh man. I'm trying to get my camera set up so you can at least see a bird. Do that. Well, he flew off, but maybe he'll come back. Maybe another one will. It's been pretty quiet out here this morning. I do hear birds in the background, but I don't see a lot of them. Well, you know, when I put the camera over in that direction, they're going to disappear. Sorry about that. I forgot to cut the notifications off on my phone. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's about 8 inches from the top, from the bottom of the patio cover. But that's beautiful, isn't it? Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off so I can sit back down. We got bees flying around up there on that wildflower, or on the sunflower. But that's okay, we need the bees. As long as they stay on the flowers and stay off of my hummingbird feeders, that'll be fine. And that one out there at the wishing well, look at that. I don't see how it's standing so straight up. It's got some good roots put down in that big pot. That's for sure. It ought to be fell over. But like I said, I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. Most of all, a safe holiday today. Enjoy your families. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And I'm going to see you on my next one. I got to go in there and sit down and get comfortable in the house, I think. Or at least sit down here on the patio and so my back won't hurt. And listen and watch for the birds some more. That little bird is back. If I can find the feeder. Go in the wrong direction. Well, by the time I got around there to him, he flew off. But anyway, like I said, please like, share, subscribe to my videos. Y'all have a blessed, safe, and enjoyable Memorial Day today. And I'll see you on my next one. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye now.